Good morning. I really don't have long. Really don't have long, but I want to come on and say, first off, we're gonna thank God for another day of life and strength. We're gonna thank God for the ups, the downs, the highs, the lows, the hills, the valleys, the mountains. I want to thank God for it all. Happy Friday to you all, and know that if you hear the sound of my voice, know that you had the opportunity to not only thank God for another day, but you have the opportunity to learn from your mistakes yesterday. You have the opportunity to learn something new. You have the opportunity to focus on the positive and not the negative, because you know we all have a mat to carry. We all have things going on in life, but it's a choice, and we all have a choice to think about where it is we're at, wherever it is that we're at, and where it is we want to go. And so once you decide that, once you decide that, then nothing else can stop you. So happy Friday, blessed Friday. Today is the 17th. So Friday the 17th. So I figured I'd come and get some steps in. I'm gonna get some steps in, but I'd come and say hello and wish everyone a blessed Friday. I'll be back later on, like when I get to another time point. I'll come back in and share a little bit more when I have a little bit more time. But pressed for time. Got a long way to go, a short time to get there. Boy, a long way to go and a short time to get there. But anyway, happy Friday, folks. Happy Friday, folks. And don't let situations, circumstances dictate how your Friday's gonna be. When your feet touch the ground, when your feet touch the ground, not your boots on the ground, but when your feet touch the ground, that should have given you a decision. You should have made a decision right then and there that you should have made a decision right then and there that your day was gonna be great. That your day is gonna be great, and nobody can stop your day from being great. So with that being said, with that being said, I ain't gonna hold you. Just go out with a smile. It's easy to to frown, to be upset, but it takes the same amount of muscle that it takes to frown. It takes the same amount of muscles to put on a smile. So don't be a Debbie Downer, and don't let anyone Debbie Downer your day. Have a blessed one. Have a blessed one. And know that, like I said, know that if you hear the sound of my voice, you got to know that you got an opportunity to not only look back on yesterday, but to put some wheels in motion to change and learn from yesterday and do things different. Wherever you want to go, you can go. Whatever you have, you can have. And don't focus on where the Joneses are at, because your race is your race, and you have to run your own race. And to stay in your own lane, walk in your own lane, run in your own lane, or crawl in your own lane, but stay in your lane. And don't focus on nobody else's lane but yours. And it might take you a little longer than someone else. You might, certain jobs, certain situations, you might want to do the same thing other people have done. But and you worry about your results, worry about seeing their results, and you can't, your results are not happening the way you want them to happen. But it's your race. It's your race. You know, God gives us all, like I said before, God gives us all gifts and talents. And your gift, even if you're born in the same family, your gift, it might be similar, but it's still your gift is your gift. Your talents are your talents. So know that. And you know what? It was funny. I was watching Ben Carson. Some of you may have heard. He's a neurosurgeon. Some of you may have heard the story about him. You may have seen a movie about Dr. Ben Carson. Look it up. But the boy, as a young man, like some of us, we all do, he had a rough childhood. But his mother kept pointing him and telling him that she believed in him. And he started started, he had trouble in school, he had a temper and everything else. That's what they showed in the movie. I don't know if that's true or not, but sometimes the movies embellish. But anyway, but the point is, no matter where you're at, he turned his life around, became a neurosurgeon, and that's a tough feat, but it was always in him. And the more you apply yourself, the more you get. So when you choose to apply yourself, like one thing she said, if you want to stop watching so much TV and let people read and study. People can watch you. And that's a great point to make. So focus on what you want. Pretty much, what the point of her saying that is. Focus on what you want. Focus on what you want, and work towards what you want, and you'll get there. So great movie. Check it out. Dr. Ben Carson. Check it out. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Great movie. Great movie. I remember when I got older. I remember hearing about the story about him separating those twins. That they were connected, and he performed surgery to separate them. So it's a great movie to watch. So check it out if you haven't seen it. Cuba Gooding Jr. Great movie. Hopkins Hospital. That's where I guess the story is based out of. That's where he practiced at. So, but anyway, I'm here at work. Like I said, I'll come back. I'm gonna come back later on today, and I'll holler at you folks, and chime in and chit chat for a little bit later on. I get to another time point. But that's like I said when I started. Have a blessed Friday. Have a blessed Friday. Hey, good morning. Good morning. Even if you don't come back and see me later on, even if you don't come back when I'm live later on, just know that you have a blessed Friday. And don't let people, I want to stress this now. I want to stress this one. I said it earlier. I said it earlier in the live. I'm going to say it again, though, because I wanted to hit home. Don't let people, situations, don't let circumstances, whether you're in traffic and you're upset, don't let people may say certain things, act a certain way to make you upset, but don't let people or circumstances dictate how your day is going to go. When you put your feet down on the ground, you should have made a decision then that you were going to have a great day. And you don't want anyone or anything to change that. You don't want anyone, let me say it again, you don't want anyone or anything to change that. Because when things are going good in your life, it's like something has to come up. And sometimes it's not necessarily you. It could be somebody close to you that causes that causes you, like they say, sometimes we're sleeping with the enemy. Sometimes it could be somebody that's in your household to try to bring misery, to try to bring negative vibe, negative energy to what you got going on. So it ain't got to necessarily be somebody in the streets, because some people in the streets can't really get close to you. They don't bother, like they shouldn't. Well, I'm gonna say they shouldn't, but sometimes they do. Sometimes people let them, but don't let people, regardless of who it is. I'm gonna say regardless of who it is, don't let people, situations, circumstances, and we all have bad days. We all have mats to carry. We all have mats to carry, but carry your mat, and don't let people put their mat on you. Carry your mat, and be willing to share your mat. Be willing to be a blessing to other people, but don't let people put their mat on you. And when I say that, I mean is that we all going through something, and sometimes people let what happens at home when they come to work. What happens at home, they say how the day is going to go, and they upset and they're angry. Some people are already bitter. Some people just had that weight on their shoulders, and they haven't released it and let it go, and so that dictates how they live their life. But don't you do that. Don't you do that. What happened yesterday is yesterday. You can learn from it. But what we do around here, is we choose to not only not forget about it, but learn from it, grow from it, and don't let it reflect. Don't let it affect, not reflect, effect how we're gonna move forward. Because I drive, I drove over the road, drove local, and you can't get nowhere in reverse. I can drive in reverse pretty good, but I can drive better if I'm looking forward, if I'm looking ahead, focus on where I'm going instead of where I've been. So with that being said, I'll be safe, I'll be blessed, like I always say. Tell somebody you love them, because you never know when you're going to go. You never know when they're going to go. Also, kiss the ones you love. You never know, kiss them again. So, with that being said, y'all be safe and be blessed. A kind just goes a long way. Do something kind, say something kind to somebody, because you'll be surprised how a kind just changed somebody's life. I'm testimony to that, because the kind just changed my life. With that being said, y'all be safe and be blessed. I'll see you later on. I'm out. Peace. Blessings.